Hello, my name is Shirley Gnome. I'm a musical comedian, and I'm from Vancouver.
So, start with then. So, how did you get started in both music and comedy?
Well, music started first. I started to learn how to play the guitar once when I was 15, but then I stopped, and then really when I was 20. And as I was learning to play the guitar, at the same time, all of these very filthy songs started to emerge organically from the 3 chords that I had at my disposal. I didn't really do anything professionally with it for a number of years, but everyone knew that I had one song that was quite dirty called Big Heart Imagination. And then a friend of mine asked me to perform at a burlesque show when she put one on as a fundraiser. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. I'll do that. So I went up, I sang my one song. Oh, and she asked me to write a second one, too, in the theme of All You Need Is Love. So I wrote a song called Masturbation Over Breakfast. And everyone loved it so much that I kind of just kept going with it and wrote more songs and did a little album. And then that whole side of things was mostly music or burlesque shows. And then I got into comedy about 2 years ago when a friend of mine who worked at Hyde Restaurant, he was the bartender, and he asked me to come in and sing one of the songs that he loves at their comedy night. And I was like, oh, I'm not really a comedian, and didn't know if I fit in properly, but I thought, well, I'll go and try because he's offering me free bourbon. So I went down, sang my song, everybody loved it, the comedians were really supportive, and it just kind of went from there. So it happened over the course of a few years and just some encouraging friends.
Excellent. So, from there, of course, went on to the People's Champ of Comedy competition. What was that experience like?
Stressful. Difficult. That was very hard. Very stressful. Very challenging. I learned a lot from doing it. I think it broke my brain at least once or twice. It was a lot of shows. It was like, in the way that it happened to be for me, I was in the semifinals and the finals back to back, so that was shows 6 nights a week for each of those 2 weeks, plus the one I had done before that. And I'd been on tour right before I got back for the contest, and I was working. It was crazy. It was totally crazy. So, it's kind of all of a blur now when I think about it, but it definitely pushed people to the limit, and I don't know if I'll ever do another contest again, but I'm glad I did that one.
So, coming out of that contest, then, of course, being the victor, the champion, the people's champion.
Yep.
So, how did that change things going forward from there?
Oh, it helped. It gave me the leg up that I needed, basically, to start doing it as my full-time job. So that's why I'll be forever grateful for doing it and for winning it, and all the support that I got. I was able to take the money, pay off a lot of my debts that were holding me back. I was able to finish my album, which I'd been working on for like a year and a half, just whenever I had time, and whenever I could get a freebie for studio stuff or engineers or anything, musicians. So it just sped things up very quickly. Money, who'd have thunk it? And then I invested in a bunch of merch, and I just was able to put a ground level onto the whole thing, and yeah, and then also the exposure and the accolades, they really helped open some doors as well, and I started touring a lot more and developing my show, and I was even able to go to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival with that, and then I got a whole bunch of good reviews, so it helped me slowly start building this whole debacle.
Now, a lot of your focus has been on comedy, but with the songwriting background that you have you ever wanted to go back to serious songs, or have you been?
It's funny. I think after going to the Edinburgh Fringe and seeing how a lot of people, particularly the storytellers, they mixed a lot of serious with funny, and they kind of wove a tale that it was ultimately very funny, but they used a lot of tragic elements in it, and that was very inspiring. So now in the direction that I've been taking it, I've been kind of dabbling with that a little bit. So I'm not sure if it's going to work. I'm not sure if that's quite what I am able to do, but I think it's starting to mix in a little bit. I never really considered myself to be like a comedian. That's why it took me so long to even try doing comedy, just because I felt like I was just a funny musician or a funny songwriter, but not necessarily everything being based around laughs. So being more true to that is kind of taking me in a new direction.
All right. So, what shows do you have coming up then?
Let's see. The big show that I'm organizing will be a Valentine's Day show on Friday the 14th. It's landed on a quality date night. And it's called the Everybody Dies Alone Valentine's Day Spectacular. I'm going to get a whole bunch of people that I know to come in and do it. And it's going to be at the Little Mountain Studio up on Main and 26th.
All right. And I understand you're going to the Montreal Fringe?
That's right. I just found out yesterday that I am secured a spot, so I will be there in June doing a whole bunch of new material.
Excellent. So where can everybody at home find you online?
ShirleyGnome.com. Surprisingly, there's only one Shirley Gnome in the world. It's not a common name. Actually, you can just Google Shirley Gnome and basically everything that you need to find me will show up for Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Pornhub, like pretty much everything. Yeah.
All right, so you're going to play a couple of songs for us then?
Yeah.
What are we going to hear today?
I'm going to do a song called Just Friends. And then I'm going to do a song called... I'm actually not sure what the second song's going to be.
Still work in progress?
Yeah, I've got so much new material and everything's kind of like at 90% right now. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to do. But I'll figure it out after I do Just Friends.
All right. It'll be a Living Myth exclusive.
Oh, how exciting.
All right, well, here she is, Shirley Gnome.
We've been friends for oh so long. We're so close and it's real nice. But people say that there's something there, a spark between us trying to start a flame. I'm telling you, there's no fire, 'cause I go to bed feeling moist and wet. How could a fire ever start in such an inhospitable environment? Just because you're a man that turns me on doesn't mean I need you. Yeah, you're a man who stares at me right at my ass like a good friend would. You send me messages late at night to tell me how good friends we are. I agree and I touch myself. Damn, we're such good friends, yeah. We can't let this penis come between us, literally or figuratively. Oh, I know what people try to tell us, but heterosexual romance is gay. I won't say what I just can't say. I'm not afraid, I just like to get laid. And no matter how it starts or ends, I love you baby, but we're just friends. Then one night we got drunk. I showed you a video, you showed me your junk. Well, what a nice friend, a friend of mine. I showed you my badge 'cause I'm polite and kind. Then we hugged and it felt so good. It felt like friendship should. Went to bed, spoon and leg, to forking, yeah, we forked in bed. We can't let this penis come between us, except sometimes in a sexual way. We go out and you get hit on, but I'm not jealous, I just like punching people in the face. So no matter how this starts or ends, I love you baby, but we're just friends. So we pooled our money and bought a house together, just 'cause buying property that way it's more economical. And twin beds, well they cost so much, but your mom bought us a king size, plenty of room for friends. And sharing, I'm not in denial, I know that I'm pregnant, could you please stop pointing to friends? They can have kids, it doesn't have to be all weird, no. We may have let this penis come between us, to be specifically, let it come inside my giant baby making uterus. Accidental pregnancy is totally gay. that you don't have to pay them to cook and clean. They don't laugh, they don't even smile. They say they're sick of us being in fucking denial. Well, fuck you kids, cause mom and dad, we love each other, but it's not like that. Your dad is just the smartest, hottest, greatest friend I ever had. No, no. We can't let this penis come between us just because we fell in love and got married. Our kids are wrong, this isn't getting serious. They sure know how to ruin a family vacation. Oh, I'm not afraid, no, I just like to get laid. So no matter how it starts or ends, I'll fuck you baby, but we're just friends. I wanna say without you I would die, but if you stayed I would die as well, because we all die eventually. I wanna say without you I'd be lost, but that's because I have no sense of direction, and you're the one with the smartphone. I'll never love this way again until I fall in love again, which I would do if this fell through, cause my heart is big and I'm horny too. The thought of our love fading away, to be honest it would be okay. There's a lot of other people that I could fuck. The fact that I'm with you is mostly out of luck, but I need you, I need you, I need you to get a few things off the top shelf, cause I'm too short, I can't do it by myself. And baby, if you cheated on me, I'd be so sad, but then I'd realize you're a douchebag and putting naked pictures of you on the internet. Oh baby, we've been fighting, I was wrong and I'm crying so hard. On second thought, go fuck yourself. There's no way Kirk is better than Picard. I'd wait forever for you, but forever is kind of abstract. So I'd wait for a reasonable amount of time, and then I'd try to call your phone back. The thought of our love fading away, to be honest it would be okay, cause love's another thing that you gotta force. I think that's why they call it beating off a dead horse. But don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. All the dishes to do by myself, cause it's your turn. If you do them, I'll still help. You know they say that you're nobody till somebody loves you, but there's been many times when nobody's loved me at all. But how can I be nobody when I always got my sweet, sweet body? So if you say see you later, I still have my vibrator. The thought of our love fading away, to be honest it will be okay. Sometimes you gotta roll when the tune don't rock, cause nobody likes to fuck a soft chord. They call it push and roll, they call it soft serve, they call it noodles and cheese, but I still want to connect. Ooh, at least while our love is erect.
Shirley, any parting words to our viewers at home?
I never loved you. You knew what this was. Don't call me.
All right, thank you very much for doing this, and we'll see everybody soon.
can't take this right now. I'm having an interview.